shit, man. I wanted to talk about a lot of things right recently that really got me pissed off. Actually, this is Innovation Part 2, I believe, for this video. I want to talk about some shit. I am tired of sports games going into realism, simulation, fucking trying to be like TV, you know? That's not what a video game is, man. Okay, I enjoyed it for the time being. I enjoyed it when I got my next gen console. But, okay, you need to stop. You have got to stop with this shit, EA. You got to stop with this shit, 2K. They're big about this, man. I'm tired of it, man. Okay? It was nice when I first got my system, and I enjoyed how far games have come. But when it got to NBA 2K15, I was like, okay, this looks like the most realistic game I've ever seen. And then I was done, man. I didn't want to play any more of this shit. Because, not only was it good, probably one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, 2K15, So what it's saying is, Innovation Part 2, 2K15 was the pinnacle of what sports games should be on PS4. On next gen consoles, okay, they should have stopped after that. They should have worked on their mechanics. But no, 2K has to keep going in more and more into realism. Because people care so much about damn graphics. And I'm gonna talk about graphics, alright? I've said it so many fucking times, I don't know what to say. But, graphics, no matter what they are, 4K, 1080p, 60 frames per second, does not make a video game what it is. It's the fun of it, it's the enjoyment of it. This is ridiculous, man. So 2K should have stopped, and they didn't. So their mechanics got worse, their gameplay got worse, their modes got worse, and all they cared about was NBA My Team, you know, all this money, getting money from people. When they introduced My Team into the picture, that's when everybody started buying into it. It was basically virtual gambling on a video game. And you can now buy card packs for players, just like fantasy football, you know? People love fantasy football, but you know, does that shit really matter in a sense? You know, I never been into that stuff. You know, fantasy football is just like gambling.
I get paid double for my effort.
You participate in gambling. You're basically participating in what's going on with sports today. You're a part of the problem and why they're the way they are, because you participate in this gambling scheme, and you tell them it's okay for them to gamble on sports and ruin our favorite pastime with scripted and rigged pieces of bullshit with money and all this shit, you know? You basically telling them it's okay. You telling them gambling's okay, man. You just basically telling them that to play the games, man. Fantasy football, my team, buying card packs is okay, you know? It's okay to gamble, you know? And that's why these companies don't care anymore. They don't care. So 2K stopped caring about, you know, gameplay, mechanics, and the mode, and all they care about now is my team and stupid bullshit like that. They don't care about franchise. They don't care about my GM. They just care about getting as much money possible from the consumer. And this is what they do now. They don't fix anything. They made the game a little bit more polished, tweak the game a little bit, a couple of new modes. That's it. It's not worth paying for $60. I didn't buy NBA 2K16 because I know it's gonna be a ripoff. I got it for free on PS Plus, and I hated it. It was the most broken shit I've ever played. And I like basketball, man. I like basketball, I really do. And I played NBA 2K16. Sorry, NBA Live 16, man. That game is so good. It's good. There's so many things they did right with that game. That maybe in the future, if I want to play basketball, if I want to play a basketball video game, I'll switch to NBA Live. Man, that shit was so good. I liked it a lot. I liked the NBA Live 16 gameplay.
The flames of the damned!
Yeah. 2K stopped caring and turned the game into a gambling machine, making people buy card packs and, you know, making people spend money on VC, you know, and all this shit, man. That's what I'm saying. Innovation needs to come into play. They need to innovate. They need to make things better. They need to improve things. They need to fix things. And people keep complaining to 2K about how they need to fix this shit, but they just ignore everybody and they just make the same shit over and over. And, you know, it's just because they're money grabbers, you know. They're a bunch of pieces of shit who just want that dollar, man. And they don't care about the consumer. They don't care about the
Dr. Max has almost had his undead army. If only he could have broken the trust barrier.
They don't care about the fan base. They care about the money and getting the most money they can off Ultimate Team. Or, sorry, not Ultimate Team. NBA My Team. Now let's talk about Madden. And I have a lot of gripes with not just Madden. And I have a lot of gripes, not with just Madden and 2K.
They seem to have all gone boom!
But, like I was saying, realism simulation is ruining a lot of sports games I used to love to play. Because they throw out the mechanics, they throw out the stuff that really makes the sport what it was. What made it good and what made it worth playing.
Said not to hurt animals
and they
anymore.
They sacrifice the mechanics and the little things and the stuff that makes these sports good for graphics and realism and simulation. And it completely just messes up the game. It's broken when it comes out. That's all they care about. They care about rushing it and trying to make money off of it.
I don't like it when they lick me.
But that's not the point.
Ammo to the max, yeah?
2K. Madden died after 16, man. It died after 16. There was nothing new with the game. The only thing that was new about it was just graphics, realism simulation, a couple of new commentaries, and that was it. Poor, piss poor quality sports games now, man. It makes me pissed off to be a sports gamer, a sports fan in general. It makes me pissed off to be a sports game in general in this generation, man. Because what they're doing to the sport, they're turning it into a gambling
They are
machine.
shaking the roof down.
It's just
What
sad.
a pity.
What it used to be is turning into a money fest. I don't know, man. I grew up in an era where in the early 2000s where sports were the best thing I've ever watched, you know. The best sports I ever watched were around that time, man. Football, the NFL, MLB, and NCAA football, I thought were the best ones. Now if you turn on the TV now in the NFL or the NCAA and you see blowouts happen all the time, you know. There are hardly very few close games nowadays. Now there are a couple of close games now in college, but you know there are very few. But as I say,
Glad to meet you
I
all.
bought 17. I hated it.
I'm the doctor.
I gave up on EA because EA threw out the mechanics again out of the game. They didn't work on the things that made football what it was, you know. If they were going to make a football game that was on TV, they should have made it look like, they should have made it like the NFL on TV. They should have made the mechanics work. They should have made the gameplay like it did on TV. They should have made the movement system work. They should have made the passing. And they should have done everything possible to reflect the NFL sport. But no, that's not what EA does. That's not what they do, at least now. Maybe on PS3 they did a better job with that, but there were still some problems on PS3, but they did a better job of it on PS3. PS4 modern generation. It sucks. I don't know. Something about it just makes me angry. And I think I know the reason. People just are so crazy for graphics, man, on sports games. Now, granted, sports graphics do look nice on sports, you know. They do like to have that HD appeal on with sports games on HD TVs. I get that. That's a thing for people. But video games don't need that, man. They don't need that, especially video game sports games. You already reached the pinnacle of what it could be with Madden 16. Madden 16 looks like the most realistic football game I've ever played when it comes to graphics. They've already reached the pinnacle. Why do they have to keep going? Why do they have to switch to a new engine? Now, granted, I did like the fact that they changed commentators. They added in some new commentators with Charles Davis and Brandon Gaudin in Madden 17, and it was good. Except for the fact that they screwed the whole thing up, man. I told you, they threw out the mechanics, they threw out the gameplay. They threw out what made the game worth playing and fun. They completely threw out franchise mode, you know. Threw that out, you know. Said, you know, we're not gonna fix that. We're not gonna work on that. We're just gonna leave it the way it is. Sacrificed graphics for gameplay and ruined the whole thing, man. It was all glitchy and...
Yes, my children, gather round.
It was all glitchy and buggy and messed up. And... oh my god, man. So many patches, so many glitches, so many game-breaking problems in Madden 17. It's not even funny, man. They gotta fix it, man. They have to fix it, or it's gonna kill the series. I think it already has. Well, because Those of you who don't know, they introduced Madden Ultimate Team back in Madden 13, I believe, and now it's completely ruined the series.
My blood will roar with their tears.
Because it's turned Madden into a gambling machine, just like NBA 2K. So now we're telling all these video game developers and everybody out there that owns these sports industries that it's okay to gamble, and it's okay to let him, you know, overall just, you know, do everything possible to mess up all our favorite sports and hobbies, and, you know, rig and script games, and, you know, make it to where we can, it's gonna, you know, it's no longer about athleticism, no longer about competitiveness, it's just about money, man. And that's just what it is.
Now there is pus everywhere.
So yeah, Madden sacrifice. Graphics for gameplay. It ruined the whole sport of football. And I love football, man. For a long time I was a football fan. I've played all the Maddens on PS3, and I loved them all. I hate the new ones on PS4. I don't know. Something about EA Turboron just really pissed me off after they switched companies. The original EA Sports company was great. They did a great job with their games. EA Turboron screwed the shit up, man. They screwed up football. Madden on modern gen is not football. It's a cash cow. It's just graphics, just presentation. It's trying to make a quick buck by releasing a product. It's just a game that wants to look good. Not a game to have fun in, not a game to play in, or not a game to have enjoyment out of. A game about just to make money. So is 2K. 2K just wants to go so far into realism that it's ruining the shit. I wish these companies just let them stop after they reached the pinnacle of what sports games could be. And that was when they finally came up with Madden 16 and NBA 2K15. No, actually when both sports games came out with NBA, when both sports games came out with both years for the 15 year on modern gen, they should have stopped. Maybe after 16 maybe, but 15 was, when they reached the pinnacle of Madden 15, they should have stopped. Because then it was really good by then. They didn't have to go any further than that. But they choose to. People care too much about graphics. They care too much about 1080p, 60 frames per second, 4K bullshit. Ugh.
Oh, the lovely blood!
Yeah.
I am
They should have
paid for
stopped.
pain.
But see, now sports games are no longer about fun. They're no longer about enjoyment. They're no longer about picking your favorite team and going on and experiencing a journey to enjoy yourself. It's about making money. It's about a cash cow, and it's about milking the consumer for every last dollar out of their pocket for Ultimate Team. And it's just a reskin and a rehash. It's just a rehashing of the same old shit from the past couple of games. Just with beautiful, what's just a new year, a new label, prettier graphics, and shiny visuals, and just a new engine. That's it. New commentators. Fucking EA has sunk so low, it's not even funny. And 2K. I just hope this doesn't happen in MLB The Show, because I love baseball, and they've already ruined the real sport of baseball on TV for me. Because when I grew up, when I was younger, I loved baseball. Now, whatever they did to it in the past 3 years has completely ruined the sport. And if they ruin the show, I'm very disappointed, because I love baseball. I hope that Ramon Russell and MLB The Show creators I hope that they will continue to innovate and improve and make it better every year, because, you know, they do live streams every year, you know, showing what they improved and what they're making. You know, I love that. I love the fact that they're showing what they're going to do before they even come out with the game. so the consumers will know that this is what they're going to do before they buy it. It's not a freaking damn graphics trailer like Madden and 2K. They actually show you what they're going to do with the features and the improvements. If they end up like that, man, I don't know if I'm ever going to trust the gaming industry ever again. I already hate first-person shooters. I hate modern online first-person shooters. It's the same shit over and over. Every company who makes a first-person shooter now copies each other. And sports games now copy, do rehashings now of everything. Madden and 2K are like the biggest ones of them all to do this. And I don't know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say, except they need to get their shit together, because graphics is starting to kill the industry. Starting to kill everybody's liking of sports games. We really don't care about graphics, man. If we want to watch something really nice and pretty, we'll go watch it on TV. If we want to see the real thing, we'll go watch TV. We can even go watch it on freaking YouTube. That's what YouTube's for. But in a video game, man. EA Sports, EA Sports and 2K Sports, you guys messed up big time. I'm sorry, but you have. You sunk to a new low. You need to replicate what the show does. I don't mean copy it. I mean follow their design of what they do. That's why everybody loves the series.
Time to play with my pretty ones!
That's why everybody loves the series, because they innovate, they replicate, and they do what makes the game good. You ever heard of the term EA and Activision and 2K Sports and Ubisoft?
From Sam? But why?
You ever heard the term, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, that's what you've been doing. You completely changed the formulas of all these games, and you've ruined the shit out of it with your money-making bullshit scheme. Now people hate you for it. So good job. I give you a round of applause for that. For caring too much about graphics
I can smell my own
and
blood.
giving a consumer a great overall experience for a $60 product. You just selling them a fucking cash cow. Wow. Anyway, the other topic I wanted to talk about, and after this I have to go do something, but developers, man, developers. I don't trust the gaming industry anymore, and that's for a good reason too, because, you know, it's hard to. Developers lying, man. Publishers lying. Big companies like Sony lying. A couple of years ago when Black Ops 3 came out, that Activision lied about supply drops and said they were cosmetic only. But when we got the game, we knew that when we got the game, everybody got really mad that it was not cosmetic only, that it was actually DLC weapons. They were putting DLC weapons from past Call of Duty games in supply drops and selling them. And the only way to get it was to buy COD points.
The doctor says... Die!
That's ridiculous, no. When Black Ops 3 added in the whole stupid ass supply drop system, people just stopped playing the games. When Zombies was ruined, when Zombies got ruined with the Black Ops 3 maps, and everybody and all the kids got on Twitter and they sent Jimmy Zielinski death threats over transit on Black Ops 2. That's when the whole Zombies franchise was ruined. And David Von Hart is not David Von Hart.
It's up for your death.
Jason Blundell does not know how to make zombies. That's the reason why they remastered the old zombie maps and put them back in Black Ops 3. Because everybody hated the Black Ops 3 maps, zombie maps. The Black Ops 2 and World at War maps were the best.
More time to play with my pretty ones.
The developers lying about Madden and 2K, like I said. All these developers lying about having microtransactions in their games and all this shit. Like, there is microtransactions in Shadow of in Ubisoft's new game. I believe Lord of the Rings, Shadow of War, or whatever. Or Shadow of War something, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know who makes it. There is microtransactions in Call of Duty 4. They lied about that too. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. There is microtransactions. There is going to be microtransactions in Call of Duty World War II. But I'm not going to be playing multiplayer, so that doesn't really cater to me. I really just want it for zombies. There's going to be a lot about having microtransactions in Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the loot crates. They lied about having microtransactions in Destiny 2. All this shit is pay to win now. They lied about all this shit, man. Sony lied about having all their games running at 60:4 Pro. And most of the games on PS4 Pro drop at a low frame rate. Microsoft is lying to your face about the Xbox One X. It will not run. It will not be more powerful than the PS4 Pro. It will not be more powerful than the PC. It will not run in true 4K. It will not run at 10. It will not run all its games at 60 frames per second at 1080p. It will not do any of this shit. It's just advertising, man. It's a way to sell their product. I don't recommend paying for any of these systems. If you want a powerful freaking system, or you want the most powerful system of technology you can get, I recommend going for a game PC, man. That's why in the future I'm saving up money to build me a PC. And there's EA lied to my face about Battlefront 2, you know. Battlefront 2, saying that there's hardly any content in Battlefront, not Battlefront 2. And it was just it was a lackluster game. It had nothing really worth playing for that much time. EA lying about Battlefield and putting battle packs in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 4. Having to pay battle packs, or you had to do endless amounts of grinding to get the Sawtooth knife and the Vertex explosion from Battlefield 1. how you had to grind like for endless amounts of time just to reach level 10 for all classes. The boring map design in Battlefield 1 with the all you do is run around these big huge maps. Yeah, man. Then EA lied about the whole and then EA charging $60 fucking for the They Shall Not Pass DLC, and then they released the Revolution DLC down the line a couple of days later, man. Ubisoft running Rainbow at 30 frames per second, and instead of going at 60. Ubisoft's boring aspect of Rainbow, all you do is build up stuff and camp and wait for people to come shoot you. I'm tired of these developers lying, man. I don't trust the gaming industry anymore. The last developer I really trust is Naughty Dog, because actually they work on their shit and they improve it and they make it better. And they tell a good story, and they tell a good story with their games. They also have a pretty good multiplayer. Not the best, but you know, it's pretty good for the most part. But I just don't trust these people anymore, man. I'm not getting a Pro. I'm not getting Xbox One X. I'm getting a gaming PC in the future, and that's all I want, man. Just tired of everything being about graphics, realism, simulation. I just don't care, man. I just want gaming. I want games the way they used to be. I want them to be fun. I want them to be enjoyable. I want them to have a great story. I want them to be great. But no, every single company's now throwing out stories, and now they're going for online-only multiplayer bullshit. You know, it's just a freaking cash grab. I hate the gaming industry now because it's all about money. It's all about money than ever. All these developers have gotten so greedy, they've just forgotten how to make a good game, man. All these people care about is more power, more resolution, more quality, more realism, more fucking simulation, man. Not fun. Not the fun aspect, not the enjoyment part. Just 4K. Just resolution. Just graphics, man. Just graphics. I grew up in an era when graphics didn't matter. And I played games that had piss poor graphics and they were still really fun. They had fun gameplay. They had fun mechanics and they were enjoyable. But I'm sad, man. I'm sad for these people nowadays because they don't understand what gaming used to be. It's become a former shell of itself, and it might never recover. I'm thinking of picking up an Xbox One because Xbox One or an Xbox One S, because you can play old games on the system. You can play backwards. You have Xbox One S has backwards compatibility, and I can play old games that were the best games ever made on Xbox. I can play the old Call of Duties. I can play the old Halos. I can play the old Gears of Wars. I can play some of the best story games ever made on Xbox. I think my days of playing on PlayStation are over, because that doesn't have any. It really doesn't have any games I want anymore, except maybe for the show. That's it. And I might wait for the new show game to come out next year. But I'm done with Madden. I'm done with 2K. I'm done with shooters, man. like I said, the only 2 games I really want, maybe only 3 games I really want, are The Last of Us Part 2, Days Gone, and Walking Dead's Overkill, and maybe the next Walking Dead Telltale game. I'm done, man. Just there's no games, really first party games I want anymore. I want something new. I want something innovative, and I'm tired of every game being about fucking graphics and not enjoying the game. So I want to go to PC because I want to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I want to play DayZ. I want to play games I never played before. You know, have a new experience. Get the most freedom I can as a gamer and a consumer on PC, where I don't pay online. I get mods, I get emulators, I get backwards compatibility on a PC too, and I get the best possible experience with cheaper games. And I get the best possible experience. I get the most powerful. I get a monster of a machine with the most powerful game PC. I get a monster of a machine with the game PC. I get a monster that will destroy the PS4, even PS4 Pro, the Xbox One X, and the Xbox One S. There's no point, man. There's no point in debating whether those consoles are better than PC, because I've done my research. If you want to debate me on next gen consoles over PC, go ahead. I would love a debate, but I would destroy you because I've done my research. Anyway, yeah, man. There's just nothing else that can convince me not to want to go to PC in the future. The only reason I want the show is because I love baseball, man, and I love the way they make the games. But they ruined Madden, they ruined 2K. And I can play old Call of Duties online on Xbox, man. I love the old Call of Duties, man. I hate the new ones. I probably won't be buying the new ones in the future. And if I do get an Xbox, more than likely, I'm gonna be playing Modern Warfare, or Modern Warfare 2, and maybe even World War on the Xbox One. Because I know 360 games are really cheap now, because 360's been out for years. I actually did love the 360 console. So that's why I'm going to pick up the old games that I wanted to play on the Xbox One. And I would love to be able to play Gears again. I love to play Gears of War. I love to be able to play Gears of War 2. Those are my favorite games on 360. Halo, man. Halo 3. I love to be able to pick up and play Halo 3 again on Xbox. I'm considering getting an Xbox, man. Because PlayStation is losing their reason every day to want to play it anymore. Graphics, man. I want to go back to playing games how they used to be and how they're fun. And I think the only way I'm going to be able to go back and visit backwards compatibility, go back and be able to visit old games and enjoy them, you know, again. I have a PS3, but I really can't enjoy the online experience unless I were to, because my PS3 is so old that I can't play online with our router or modem downstairs in our house. So I'm probably going to get an Xbox. That way it will connect better. Because an Xbox One would connect better because it's a newer console. But Sony's lost me now, man. Sony's lost me now because once I figured out the Xbox One had backwards compatibility and they had all the Call of Duty backwards compatibility, all the Halos, all the Gears of Wars, there's nothing that can convince me not to want to stay with Sony anymore. I mean, fuck Sony. They got no options left. I just don't want... I don't want Sony anymore. They barely give me anything I want already. They give me crappy ass peer-to-peer servers, and I get a bunch of lag every time I play, you know? I hate playing online on Sony servers, because they just lag all the time. Maybe Microsoft has better servers, man. Considering they added in backwards compatibility, I probably wouldn't doubt if they have better servers. But it's maybe because they actually listened to the fucking community, and they actually gave Xbox people backwards compatibility, which Sony players have been asking for years for backwards compatibility, and PlayStation has been has lied and lied and lied for years, man, and I'm tired of their shit. Or Sony has lied for years. I'm tired of Sony shit. I'm thinking of going to Microsoft in the future. I'm not positive, but I might. At least for third-party games, first-party, because they don't have first-party games, man. They lied backwards compatibility. They threw out the whole option of have Xbox and PlayStation come together to form crossplay, man. Sony's a bunch of fucking fags, man. They're money whores. They've lost it, man. They've lost me. I said they've kind of lost me as a consumer. I probably won't be using PS Plus in the years to come, man. I'm gonna be on either PC or I'm gonna be on Xbox Live because, you know, I want to be able to play old games. I want to be able to enjoy that online experience again, which I can't get on PlayStation because Sony's consoles suck. But, yeah. If I have to sacrifice graphics for gameplay, I'll go to Xbox because, you know, to be honest, I don't like having pretty resolution in all my games. They're starting to bother me. They're starting to annoy me. They're starting to get boring, and they're starting to really get lackluster. Now, I like the pretty visuals, but there comes a time after a while when you get so bored of having pretty visuals that you want something new, and you want to go back to having fun gameplay. And I think that's what Microsoft is trying to do. They're trying to sacrifice graphics for the ultimate consumer experience, which is having backwards compatibility, allowing people to go back and experience old games from what they used to play and how they used to enjoy them and how they used to love to play them. And I think that's what I think that's what I might do. Because, you know, if I can get all my old games on Xbox, what do I need Sony for? New games? Well, okay. New games for graphics. If I get an Xbox One, man, I can just pick up a... The only thing I'll keep my PS4 for is PlayStation exclusives. But the rest of them, I'm gonna go Xbox, man. I mean, you know, there might be a point sometime down the line when I will actually own both consoles, Microsoft and Sony. I'm not obliged to either one, man. I'm not against them. I'm not against companies. I'm not a fanboy for one single developer, one single company. I'm not going to defend that one single company. I'm a gamer and a gamer at that. I will not, you know, disband one company for being worse than the other one. I will open up the fact that I would love to own both the Xbox and the PlayStation, because I played both systems throughout my life, man. I played the Xbox 360 and I played the PlayStation, and they both had their games, man, and they were enjoyable. I would love to own an Xbox and a PlayStation. Gotta get back to compatibility, but I also get games with, sometimes I get games with nice graphics, and I get newer games, you know? That'd be awesome. I'm open for the option to own both consoles, but I might do it in the future. But my look on Sony is definitely getting worse by the day, man, by the years, by the months. The Pro is definitely not an option that I'm gonna go to, because I've been playing more old games on PS3 than I have been playing new ones on PS4. So I think the best option for me was the best option is for me to go get an Xbox One S and enjoy old games again, man. Because there are no new games that I want to play anymore except shooters and fucking realism, 2K realism simulation and Madden simulation realism simulation games. They're no longer called Madden NFL or NBA 2K. They're called Madden realism and NBA realism. Man. Pathetic. No point anymore, man. So I've got 3 options to choose from for the future. Xbox, might go to Microsoft and be able to play old games. Go to PC and be able to play games like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, DayZ, and all those other games, and get the best possible experience. Or get a PS4 Pro, which I'm not going to. So that leaves 2 options. I'm either going to get the Xbox One S, probably the S, for backwards compatibility, to play old games that are no longer available on PS4, or go to PC. I'm not sure. Either one of those options is still open. Yeah, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section about what you think I should do, because I'm definitely losing my grip on Sony, and I fucking starting to hate Sony because all they do is lie now, and I'm sick of it. And you know, I think Call of Duty World War II is going to be maybe the last PlayStation game I'll probably play when it comes to shooters. And after that, I mean, they're going to choose to go to PC or Xbox. Future. I don't mind paying for Xbox Live Gold if I get back compatibility, man. That'd be sweet. Sony doesn't give me that at all. Yeah, you guys tell me what you think I should do. But I'm done with Sony. All I do, 1, Sony lies. 2, Sony doesn't give you what you want for PS Plus. 3, all Sony's games are just graphics, realism and simulation. And 4, Sony doesn't have no third-party or first-party games worth playing anymore for me. And the number 5, I love to play old games, so I'm probably gonna go with Xbox. And number 6, I just don't care. Fuck Sony. Anyway, guys, I'm done with this. I'm done with this Innovation Part 2 rant. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, or or don't. Your choice. I could care less. And yeah, guys, I'm done with this video. Have a nice Thursday. God bless. I'm out. Peace.